The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers, and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, May 12th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, the Savage One, Mr. Tony Spark. Tony, how you doing this morning?
I like turtles.
I'm doing good, buddy. It is, what day are we? Wednesday?
It's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Yeah, hump day. No, I'm doing good, man. A little bit of a headache this morning, but, other than that, not too shabby. Just ready for another fun episode today.
Well, I see you got your tea, so hopefully the caffeine in that helps out with the headache a little bit. And
Got my tea in my new Starbucks mug. I don't drink Starbucks, but they had at Disney World Star Wars ones, and this is a Batu Star Wars mug. Yeah, a little geeky, nerdy. It's not bad.
All right. Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question from my co-host, Tony. The question today is super easy. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I don't.
Easy question, hard answer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's something out there. I like to say in honor of Denny. Yeah, Denny believes in him big time. So sure.
All right. So if Bigfoot does exist, where does he live? Not regionally, but like specifically. Does he go back to his? Does he go back to his cabin? Does he have a tent? Does he have a cave? What is his shelter?
I would guess a cave somewhere in there. He probably has a nice log cabin out in the woods somewhere.
All right. Fair enough.
I don't know.
Well, if you believe in Bigfoot, the next logical step is to believe that Bigfoot would need some type of house. If you're still nodding your approval, check out, and I'll post this on our Facebook page, a recent video from a guy who thinks he found a Bigfoot house in Yellowstone. I should say that he thinks he found a Bigfoot house. The reason we say this is Richard Donahue added the word satire to his video description, but the video doesn't sound like satire. It's a description of a tree structure in Yellowstone that doesn't appear normal. It's worth noting that this type of tree trunk piling has been attributed to Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot, by some rather famous investigators. Trees leaning on other trees is allegedly very much a Bigfoot thing. One comment on YouTube is attempting to rain on the guy's Yellowstone Bigfoot parade. He said, "Sorry, my friend, but what you are actually looking at is a historical American Indian structure site." So whether it's Native Americans or Bigfoot, if you see trees sort of piled up into a teepee formation, it could be that, or it could be the Blair Witch. Who knows?
You just never know.
But, I'd like to believe that there's things out there that are beyond our understanding. It is hard to think that a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch exists without anybody really, really encountering it. Catching it on video, yeah, you get that classic grainy video, but, who's to say that's not a guy in a monkey suit?
I've heard some crazy stories about Sasquatch and stuff like that. I mean, you look like there's now UFO videos coming out, and they're in really good. I mean, they're seen, and nowadays there's a camera everywhere. It's hard to imagine that you wouldn't see something. I'm sure there's something out in the woods. I mean, the forest is big. It's like the ocean. You don't see it. I mean, you see it, but you don't see what's in it. And could be out there. Who knows?
Well, it's like the Loch Ness Monster, or we've even got one here in Lake Tahoe. That's what is it?
Tahoe Tessie.
Yeah. And, people have reported seeing it. It's a giant lake creature. I was going to say sea creature, but Tahoe's obviously not in the sea. But yeah, there's things that we don't understand in the depths of the ocean. Who's to say we don't understand things that are roaming around our forests?
Yeah, you just don't know, man. I mean, it's fun to believe in that stuff. It's like people that are like, UFOs aren't real, ghosts aren't real, It's fun to believe in things. And, I've seen some weird stuff in my time that I can't explain. So, I'm sure there's something out there.
Well, like you said, those videos that are being released, it's not like just some random Joe is releasing them. They are declassified government videos.
Yeah.
So even the government is saying, yeah, there's UFOs. Now that means unidentified flying objects. That doesn't necessarily mean aliens, but we're pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Well, it's some type of life force flying around out there. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, folks, it is Wednesday, and we've got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Hump Day! Yeah!
It is Hump Day, and as we do on Wednesdays, we've got Words Are Hard. We're revisiting an old favorite. Segment's called Bad Movie Plot Descriptions. Our call-in topic today is your adult dream job. Basically, if you were paid $1 million to do whatever you wanted to do, we want to know what that is. We have a segment called Imagine All the Creepy People. We round out the day with This Day in History, and Tony is up next with the entertainment news. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold, my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude. Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box.
Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We've got a little thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you've encountered Bigfoot. We want to hear about it. Give us a call at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now it is the second segment of this show, and that means Tony is here with the entertainment news.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, May 12th, 2021, and here is your Filippo Fast 5. Knives Out 2 has added Dave Bautista and Edward Norton to the cast, so expect to see Drax the Destroyer and the Hulk with their knives out with James Bond. Nice. Tom Cruise returns his 3 Golden Globes to join boycott against HFPA. We already won the awards. Like, doesn't matter. Just throw them in the trash. Logan Paul says he's added a 24/7 security detail after Floyd Mayweather threatened to kill his brother. Now, the kill is he's going to kick his ass in the boxing ring because the Paul brothers are idiots, man.
Yeah, they are.
Talk about a couple of clowns. Aubrey Plaza, Danny DeVito to star in animated horror sitcom Little Demon from FXX. Chris Berman has signed a multi-year ESPN extension. His continued roles include NFL Primetime on ESPN+, NFL Primetime on ESPN after Super Bowl, and NFL Conference Championship games, SportsCenter, and beyond. So Chris Berman is in, and Kenny Mayne, longtime ESPN guy, is out due to finance cuts. So I guess they had to pay Berman. What? Now on to the entertainment news. I tried to keep it a little different from our news break entertainment, except for the Tom Cruise one that ended up in there. But
and if you guys stay tuned to the top of the next hour, we've got a little announcement about that. So, just a little teaser there for you.
Batu. Hey, we have talked about this on the show before, how fun we always wish we could have done this as kids and stuff. Well, now it's time to grab your knee pads and bike helmet as the CW is bringing back Legends of the Hidden Temple. But this time, it's for adult competitors, not kids. So if you missed out on getting to play this as a kid, you're in luck. The rules will be the same as you're a part of a team trying to solve the mystery and find the treasure, getting help and clues from the mysterious entity Olmec. While the rules and team remain the same, the entire show will be taken out of the studio and into a man-made jungle scaled up with tougher challenges, but much bigger prizes on the line. 5 teams begin the journey, but only one will enter Olmec's temple, avoid the temple guards, retrieve a lost treasure, and return it to its rightful owner. The original Legends TV show was a huge hit that was the perfect fit for the other Nickelodeon shows like Guts and Double Dare that paired trivia with physical challenges. Legends of the Hidden Temple even had its own Monopoly board and TV movie a few years ago. This isn't the first time Legends has been rebooting. The reboot attempt last year with Quibi, but it never went into production, even though casting calls had been listed. The casting for the show is open on their site, legendscasting.com, but there was no announcement on production starting or air dates. On the casting site, though, it states they're seeking teams of 2 who are able to be in the Los Angeles area during the month of July, who work well together and want to prove they have what it takes. So do you have what it takes? And you're going to be in the LA area in July? Legends of the Hidden Temple might be up your alley. I would say you and I should go do that, but based off the air conversation you and I had, I'm not going to be able to get that kind of time off. So I can't do it. But, if you guys are listening and you're out there, go get it.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't really actively watch like American Ninja Warrior or, Amazing Race or any of these sort of physical challenge shows. This one I will watch.
It's going to be awesome. And the fact that, it'll be on the CW. It'll be something you can watch. This is great. I'm glad it's coming back and they're using the franchise. And I like the fact that they're taking adults, which is basically the kids that watched it. So here we are. We're the adults that do it. So,
well, I'm even thinking that if this goes well, they need to do an adult version of Guts and an adult version of Double Dare.
Hell yes. That would be good. And see, you're still in your 30s. You're still young and in your prime. You know, I'm a little past mine now. So that's the true reason why I'm not doing it. I'm broken and busted. Just kidding. So we haven't even got season 1, but season 2 has already been announced of MODOK. We still have a week and a couple of days before Hulu unleashes the first season of Marvel's MODOK upon the masses. And even though Marvel fans have yet to get the initial batch of episodes, those behind the show know exactly what will take place for season 2. According to MODOK showrunner Jordan Bloom, the show's sophomore outing will be packed to the brim with mutants and big-name X-Men. Bloom, a self-proclaimed mega fan of X-Men, the animated series, tells us he'll do whatever he can to get characters like MODOK and Storm on the same screen together. It's going to be more X-Men heavy, I'll tell you that much, which was probably a spoiler alert that some X-Men may appear in the first MODOK, because the whole thing is not MCU related or tied, so they can do whatever the hell they want with it.
Exactly.
Before we got the okay to use some X-Men, I was like, let me see how well their lawyers know these characters. So, Leela Cheney. Leela Cheney is in the pilot, and it's like, okay, we got away with that. Let's see what we can do next. The writer adds that he and his writers' rooms were able to get away with adding Mr. Sinister in the show's first season, an A-list X-Men villain in his own right. The X-Men floodgates have opened, Bloom admits. So, yeah, there are some bigger and bigger guys I'd love to show up on season 2. I'd love to write a Storm MODOK scene if we're allowed to. That would be my big pick. So they have a structure of what season 2. All 10 episodes of MODOK hit Hulu on May 21st. So you can check that out then. Looks absolutely hilarious. I mean, you and I talk about this on Proton Pack. Why don't you tell the Phoenix fans, what you think of MODOK?
It's adult animated comedy, so it's very much an R-rated, expect swearing, sexual content, probably some violence. And then if you're a fan of Robot Chicken, which was Seth Green's project where it was sort of a stop motion with action figures, this has very much that same feel to it. But it looks hilarious, and you can go over to our Proton Pack page on Facebook to watch the trailer that we posted a couple weeks ago. And so funny. I can't wait till it comes out.
I can't wait either. And I love the X-Men are coming back in a big way. I keep seeing advertisements like at Target. It's like, come get your X-Men gear. And they've re-released like the Tiger handheld, that crappy, those little Tiger games. Yeah, they have the X-Men one. So
that's cool.
You got the X-Men arcade coming back from Arcade 1-Up. Yeah, it's just great. It's great. X-Men are finally back. I can't. It just makes me happy. So, if you're a fan of another property, the Muppets have fans of the Muppets have reason to rejoice and start planning their spookiest outfit for the first time ever, as Jim Henson's beloved creatures will be a part of Halloween special Muppets Haunted Mansion coming to Disney Plus this fall. Disney made the announcement with a charming video starring Gonzo the Great and Pepe the Prom, promising a spooky, hilarious time. The logline is Muppets Haunted Mansion takes place on Halloween night when Gonzo is challenged to spend one very daring night in the most grim-grinning place on Earth, the Haunted Mansion. The special was announced today to promote Disney's Halfway to Halloween event, which is great because they'll be doing a big Halloween theme at Disney World and Disneyland. So this was great. Disney Plus has become the home for all things Muppets, acquiring most of the film shows and specials for streaming. Disney has owned Jim Henson Company since 2004. A handful of films such as Muppet Takes Manhattan, From Space, and Kermit Swamp Years are owned by Sony, and they're not available on the streamer. Well, that makes sense. So this is kind of a cool thing. If you like the Haunted Mansion and you like the Muppets, they mash it in. If you add Sweetums, I'm hella not watching because that mother trucker scares me. My niece, I kept telling her that dude freaks me out because he's cute. Why does he worry you? And then I looked up a YouTube clip of him from Muppets Take Manhattan. When he comes running out of the car dealership.
Yep.
Hey, guys, you going to Hollywood? And he's coming out. That freaking big giant thing chasing the car freaked me out, man. Don't like Sweetums. Don't like Sweetums.
Well, then he'd be perfect for the halfway to Halloween special.
Exactly. Yeah, it adds to it. So something you would watch?
Absolutely. I love Muppets. I think they're doing some good things with them on Disney Plus. Regardless of the little disclaimers that they added to the classic Muppet show, which just don't make any sense. But I love it. I watched the little preview with Gonzo and Pepe, and it had me laughing.
Every time the lightning struck.
Yep.
How come I say Muppets Haunted Mansion? Nothing happens. But when Gonzo would say it, lightning struck. So it was a pretty good little trailer. It does look cool, and I love the Haunted Mansion. It's a great ride. So look forward to it. Should be neat. And lastly,
better than that Eddie Murphy movie.
Oh yeah, I never watched it, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, oof, that didn't get a lot of mention. So probably pretty bad. I'd take it. So
yeah.
But that being the last of entertainment news, I'm going to just roll into a quick sports news because it kind of ties to local. And, I'm decked out in baseball garb anyways this morning. But it looks like the Oakland A's might not be the Oakland A's much longer, as the A's have announced on Tuesday they intend to look at relocation options. And here are possible landings. The A's announced that they will begin exploring possible relocation options after receiving the go-ahead from MLB. The A's declaration is likely designed to pressure the local government into approving plans for a new waterfront ballpark at the Howard Terminal site, which I assume is Oakland. It requires an $855 million commitment from the city to invest and improve infrastructure. Oof.
Ouch.
I think you're losing the A's. That's a pretty steep bill. I think you got to say goodbye to that. The A's are trying. They have the oldest stadium in baseball. Well, one of the oldest stadiums in baseball. Couple landing spots. Naturally, Las Vegas, Nevada. That is the number one landing spot for the A's. If they do this, I have my new American League team. I will get behind the A's because it's home state. I've always kind of liked the A's anyways. I've never disliked them. Yeah. So, it'd be fun to get behind them, especially if they're in Vegas. Looking to, if that doesn't work out, Portland, Oregon is another landing spot. Montreal is calling, they're looking to bring back baseball. So the Montreal A's to kind of replace the Expos, be interesting. Nashville, Tennessee A's, that'd be a little different. I don't know how they'd pull out the AL West. San Jose, that makes sense as well. I'd see San Jose, Las Vegas is the number one. I could see San Jose happening. And I think Portland would be in there. I don't see Nashville or Montreal really being a thing, but you never know. Something to watch. But this would be the first time in the third time in 70 years that a Major League Baseball team has relocated, joining the Expos to DC when they became the Nationals. And then I guess the Rangers were DC when they moved to Texas in 1972. That's what I read. Yeah. So fun baseball stuff this morning. But that's it for your entertainment news. Real quick roll out to the birthdays, shall we? It's my birthday! Oh, Mr. Robot and Bohemian Rhapsody actor Rami Malek turns 39. Falcon and Winter Soldier and Turncoat actress Emily Van Camp turns 34. The Mighty Duck Man, I swear to God, Emilio Estevez. Emilio! He turns 58. Watchmen actress and the Heartbreak Kid star. That's what she is in, right? Yep. Malin Ackerman turns 42. Let's see. Jason Biggs, the Dirty Pie Trucker. He's 42. That makes you feel a little old. Con Air and Pulp Fiction star Ving Rhames turns 61. And we'll do one more. Coal Chamber, Devil Driver singer Des Fafara. I just call him Des, but he's 54.
Big truck, happy birthday, big truck.
Well, folks, that does it for the entertainment news. When we come back, it is Wednesday, and we're going to explore the English language a little bit with Words Are Hard. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, we're also on streaming platforms, so you can download the ngbn.tv mobile app and find our videos there live and on demand, or on your smart TV. So if you have Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku, and soon Vizio, Samsung, LG, Xbox, and PlayStation, again, download the ngbn.tv app, and you can find the Fenix Media channel on there, and you can watch us from the comfort of your own home. Now, if you want to get a hold of me on social, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Christian with a K, Phoenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Twitter and Instagram at Phoenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony Spark. That's SPARK 81, or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. Now it is Wednesday.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Austin Powers. It is Wednesday, and as we like to do on Wednesdays, we explore the English language and the strange intricacies of it with a segment I like to call Words Are Hard.
Son of a...
Now, in most cases, we take a look at the origins of idioms or we look at strange translations. Well, today is all about copyright and trademark. So here in at least the US, if you copyright or trademark a name, an image, or a slogan, well, it can only be used by that company. So people try to get around it with bootleg products, knockoff products, by making just slight changes that I don't know about you, Tone, I find quite hilarious. So
Bateman.
Exactly. And we're going to get a few of those here in this segment of Words Are Hard. For instance, this one, and kind of close to your heart, Tone, since you just got back from Disney World. There are some mocktails that this business is advertising with, mouse ears, but they've got two of them. One of them is Mikey Mouse. The other is Millie Mouse.
Mikey and Millie. Oh, boy. That's right. I'm Mikey Mouse. Oh, boy.
I like the hat, Tone.
Yeah, a little prop there. A little gift from the niece and the friends.
Let's move on with Words Are Hard. All right, we're talking knockoff products and how they change the language a little bit to make it somewhat legal. Tony, if I say KFC, what is that brand and what is their slogan?
Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's finger looking good.
Well, you couldn't be more wrong because it's Ken's Fried Chicken, which is finger licking chicken.
It was the originator, good old Ken,
Yeah. I wonder where Ken was from.
He's not the colonel, he's the sergeant.
Yep.
Sergeant Ken, yeah.
I love it.
Sergeant Ken Banders.
Exactly. It's not finger licking good, it's finger licking chicken.
Finger licking chicken.
On a quick side tangent, back when KFC was Kentucky Fried Chicken, I lived, it was probably elementary school, middle school. And, at night they've got the light up neon signs. Well, somebody knocked out the Kent part of Kentucky. So at night it would say Ucky Fried Chicken.
Ucky Fried Chicken? That's
Yep.
Awesome. Yucky fried chicken.
Let's move on with Words Are Hard. We're talking about the English language being slightly changed to accommodate copyright and trademark. In most cases, total infringement. Tony, before Miley Cyrus was writing on wrecking balls and shaving her head and being the freak that she is, what was she famous for?
Being Miley Cyrus. Hannah Montana.
No, again, you are wrong, Tony. She was Hina Montasa.
Hina Montasa? Ooh.
And in this, it looks like it's a pencil set case and clearly a picture of Miley Cyrus as Hannah Montana. But again, to get around the trademark or the copyright, they changed it just slightly to Hina Montasa.
Hina Montasa. She's a rap artist by day or by night. But by day, she is a girl named Smelly.
Okay.
Instead of Miley. So
gotcha.
You could say Smiley, but you gotta make it a little different. Smelly, yeah.
All right. Moving on with Words Are Hard. And I'll be posting this on our Facebook page. So if you guys want to check out any of the pictures, they're worth their weight in gold. This next one goes to prove that punctuation makes all of the difference. Tony, if I said, a cheesy puffed rice snack that had the mascot of a cheetah, what food product comes to mind?
Cheetos.
Exactly. Well, this one is also Cheetos, but it's chi.toes, and it's not Chester Cheetah. It's probably Chester Monkey.
Is it a gorilla one?
No, it's a monkey playing basketball with one of the puffed balls.
We'll call him Munster. His name's
right.
Munster the monkey.
Munster the monkey. All
Chester
right.
Cheetah, Munster the monkey. Cheetos.
Words are
Damn
hard.
Cheetos.
Tony, if you are using a popular permanent marker brand that's a gray body with a black cap to write in black, what product are you using?
I'm using a Sharpie.
Again, Tony, you are so wrong. You're using a super skirple.
Oh, skirple nurples. Those are my little skirple. See, what I do is it's like a Sharpie, but it has a different cap, and then it dries out the minute you take it out. I mean, no, it doesn't. It lasts longer than a regular Sharpie. Let me show you here and here.
It lasts about as long as fruit stripe gum, right?
Oh, fruit stripe gum's the best. Don't you knock that. Ever.
I love that the Skirple uses the same Sharpie font. So, I mean, if you're not paying attention, you'll think you're using a Sharpie, but you're not.
No, that's when you go like to the Dollar General or the Dollar Tree. You're like, this is the best one I ever bought.
Let's move on with Words Are Hard. Again, talking about knockoff products that are changing the labels a little bit or the slogans a little bit to
You're going to
fall.
say changing the world, huh?
Oh,
better
yeah,
products for a better tomorrow.
Well, this one will change the world. It's a DVD video titled Sepperman High. It's supposed to be Superman. And on the picture is a picture of Superman and then Mickey and Minnie Mouse for some reason as well. Apparently, in other countries, Disney owns Warner Brothers in DC.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, boy, that's our friend Clark Kent. Hi, Millie. Thanks, Ricky. Ricky Rat.
Oh, and then finally, in Words Are Hard. Tony, if you're using a condiment that is, rouge in color, made from tomatoes, what are you using?
Well, I think I know because I've seen the generic version, but ketchup is what you're using. But I think you're about to tell us it's...
Well, apparently ketchup in some parts of the world maybe has a trademark on it because these folks are utilizing red mustard.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with catsup. I've seen that at like the 98-cent store where it's CATSUP, catsup.
Nope, this one takes it one further to red mustard.
Red mustard, yuck.
Yum. Well, folks, that does it for Words Are Hard on this Wednesday. When we come back, we're going to be exploring bad movie plot descriptions. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And welcome back, folks. We've made it to the final segment of the first hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, but do not fret, there is still plenty ahead with our second hour, including our call-in topic of adult dream job. If money was no object, what would you want your dream job to be as an adult? Not little kids. I want to be an astronaut, unless that is your...
I want to be the guy at Jurassic Park at the gate.
There you go.
Velociraptors.
If you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Amazon, about 20 in all. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review, let us know what you think, and tell your friends because sharing is caring. Now, speaking of sharing, we are doing a segment that we've done once before. Where we're
sucked complete gnarly testicles at.
Well, now is your time to redeem yourself because we are talking about bad movie plot descriptions. These are fairly popular movies where somebody has reworked the plot description a little bit, and Tony's going to take a guess on what that movie actually is.
I like turtles.
So, we'll see how it goes for you, Tone. But, I think you're going to do better this go around.
Yeah, I'm glad you have faith in me because
it's a trap. And like I said, give some real thought to the wording of the description. And in some cases, it might be a little bit of wordplay as well. So let's start off with an easy one. I think you should be able to get this one. The plot description, Take Your Son to Work Day, ends with the dad killing his boss.
Oh, no.
Again, Take Your Son to Work Day ends with the dad killing his boss. Think about a famous father-son, and then the dad's boss ends up dying in the end.
Hey, great gift, Dad. It's not Liar, Liar. I don't know. This is a tough. These ones are hard for me. This is a really hard segment for me.
This one will get you familiar with the idea of what we're doing. It is Return of the Jedi.
Oh, there you go. That is true.
Darth Vader takes Luke Skywalker to the Death Star, where they end up killing Emperor Palpatine.
There you go. Well, they actually didn't kill Palpatine. In the really terrible Rise of the Skywalker, it turns out that the old son of a bitch had been living in a can for about 10,000 years, and he's hooked to this machine.
I don't know if clones quite count, but you know what? Maybe they'll
forever.
Maybe they'll retcon that in the future.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's move on with bad movie plot descriptions. All right, this next one again. Just sort of think about it on a higher level. Skinny kid makes a black friend. Father doesn't approve.
And I'll
give you a hint. It's animated.
Animated, okay. Skinny kid
makes a black friend. Father doesn't approve. Again, don't take it too literally.
Yeah, Fat Albert. I don't know. These are tough, man.
How to Train Your Dragon.
I would have never guessed that in a million years, bro.
Have you seen those movies?
I've seen 2 of them.
Okay, all right. Yeah, they're good movies, but yeah, if you really
like,
think it makes
yeah,
sense.
but the dad not approve. I don't know.
Yeah, and the first one, remember
Yeah.
the dragons and yeah. So, all right, let's move on with bad movie plot descriptions. This one, again, super popular movie. Really give it a thought. Child gets abused for the first 10 years of his life, then gets kidnapped by a big bearded man on his 11th birthday.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Look at you, Tone.
Yeah. You got one.
Which one? Is it Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
The Sorcerer's Stone.
I'm just kidding. They're both exactly the same.
Oh, okay. It's like the Sorcerer's one.
In the European
market.
You know,
If I struggle, you should throw an actor's name in there. I think then I could get the gears going.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. That makes it more entertaining segment because it's better than giving you the, I don't know. But I knew one. There you go. I guess I can do this. I am doing better than last time. I got none last time.
Exactly. Well, this next one will take care of exactly what you were just talking about. Again, we're talking bad movie plot descriptions. Here you go, Tone. Rock brings rock to a rock.
Oh, okay. Rock brings rock to a rock. Okay. He goes, that's not Alcatraz. That was that San Andreas. Nah, because the Rock, he went to Alcatraz, like in San Andreas with the earthquake and all that crap. It was a very unrealistic earthquake movie.
I got to say it was a good guess, but they were looking for Moana. The Rock brings a little stone to the island.
See, I never saw Moana, so I didn't know that one.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen Moana. You're welcome. I know of the songs, and I know he's Maui, but that's about all I could tell you.
You got to see it. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving on. Bad movie plot descriptions. All right, here's the next one for you, Tone. The town's most eligible bachelor gets turned down by a girl who's into furries, so he tries to kill her new boyfriend. Again, I'll read it for you. The town's most eligible bachelor gets turned down by a girl who's into furries, so he tries to kill her new boyfriend.
Jeez. Damn it. Furries. What the hell's are furries?
Those are people who dress up in, like animal costumes. And
I don't know. No, it's not James Bond. I don't know that one. I
award you no points.
Jeez. I can't even give you a good guess because I don't know.
Beauty and the Beast. Gaston is turned down by Belle. She falls in love with the Beast.
That's true. Nobody has bigger biceps than Gaston. I found that out of Disneyland. He told me himself.
Did he really?
Yeah, when he was on his horse, he looked at me and he said, "Nobody has bigger muscles than Gaston." Like, those are kind of fake, bro. But thanks.
Well, let's keep rolling on. Tony, you've got one so far, so better.
Yeah, geez. Hey, it's better than last time. I got to give you better answers than I don't know and make weird facial expressions like I'm pooping my pants. Like I look like I'm squinching.
Well, here's your chance to do just that. All right.
I don't want to poop my pants.
Here you go. 2 naked factory workers run from the authorities after kidnapping a kid. Again, 2 naked factory workers run from the authorities after kidnapping a kid.
Oh, Raising Arizona.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good guess with the kidnapping part.
Yeah.
Monsters, Inc.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they both are naked. Sully and Mike Wazowski are naked that entire movie. There's a lot of green. There's a lot of green and blue in that, and there's Boo. At least Boo is dressed. I have seen that movie. That makes sense. That is a perfect, terrible plot description there.
It is. You really think about it. Somebody took the time to do a good job with these. Well, let's move on. Let's move on with our next one. Bad movie plot descriptions. All right, give it some thought, Tone. An overweight chef, an overweight chef slaughters a snow leopard because his turtle died.
I like turtles.
You knew that one was coming. You said turtles.
An overweight chef slaughters a snow leopard because his turtle died. I'll give you a hint. One of the actors is Angelina Jolie.
Okay. An overweight chef. Oh, damn. Is it, I don't know. This dead air is great, so I'm going to have to just say I don't know.
Kung Fu Panda, Tony. Looking for Kung Fu Panda.
Never saw it. I know that's Jack Black, and I know Skadoosh and stuff like that, but never saw it, so I would not figure that one out.
I figure if I said Jack Black, it might be a little too on the nose, so I gave you one of the...
No, I would have still struggled on that, even if you said Jack Black.
All right, here's one that's not animated, so big hint for you. Plot description, people sleeping on an international flight, then they get off the plane uneventfully.
Isn't it that it's Sully? Right? Because he lands, because they take on a flight and then it just lands in the Hudson.
Keyword here was people sleeping on a flight. Inception. Everything takes place in their dreams. Otherwise, they were just kind of hanging out on the plane.
Yeah, gotcha.
Nice little snooze. All right. And then I think we got time for one more. Let's see if Tony can make it 2. Here's your bad movie plot description. Little guy works overtime while also stealing body parts from his dead coworkers before ditching his job to go on a cruise with his unconscious girlfriend. And it's not Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, damn. It was... Okay, read it one more time.
Little guy works overtime while also stealing body parts from his dead coworkers before ditching his job to go on a cruise with his unconscious girlfriend.
We'll say, and you said it's not animated, huh?
This one is.
Okay, Hotel Transylvania 3, the cruise.
It's we were looking for Wall-E. Wall-E. If you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. All right, Tone, you did better this time.
Yeah,
maybe
one.
We'll try it again, and you'll get 2 on the next one. Well, folks, we are headed into the long break. Enjoy 7 minutes entertainment news. Use the bathroom. Grab yourself some tea. Join us back here, and we will see you guys, well, in 7.
Indubitably.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open, don't speak with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table. Share your things, play nice, and generally treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day, making sure they brush their teeth, is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the multiverse of pop culture entertainment. To explore our complete lineup of quality programs, head over to phoenixmedia.us or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. And now, it's time for entertainment news presented by the Fenix Media Independent Comedy Network. For Wednesday, May 12th, I'm Kristian Fenix. Actor Tom Cruise returned his Golden Globe to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association amid growing controversy for the award show's lack of diversity and ethics related to financial benefits for some of its members. When asked why he was giving back the award he won for his role in Jerry Maguire, Cruise explained that he felt a certain sense of responsibility as the official Scientology spokesperson for diversity. Euphoria actress Sydney Sweeney released an emotional video to Instagram Live, responding to people online who criticized her appearance, stating, quote, "People need to be nicer on social media because it's really effed up." Apparently unfamiliar with how social media has worked for the last decade, Sweeney threatened to tell all her 13-year-old haters' moms on them. Hit Broadway musicals Hamilton, Wicked, and The Lion King have announced they are reopening their doors on September 14th, following New York City's lift on capacity restrictions later this month. Eager theatergoers can now pay through the nose for impossible-to-get tickets just so a cast of dozens can spend 3 hours spitting and exhaling all over them. Comedian John Mulaney and his wife Anna Marie Tendler have announced they are divorcing after 7 happy years of marriage. Well, 6 happy years and 1 confined pandemic year, where Tendler was forced to endure the voice of a vaudevillian announcer emanating from the body of a 10-year-old boy. Street smarts! Accused cannibal and actor Armie Hammer is reportedly dating a dental hygienist while staying in the Cayman Islands amid rape allegations from his former partner. When asked about how the relationship was going, the hygienist expressed that Hammer has taken a real interest in her work, specifically how easy it is to falsify dental records. And in celebrity birthdays, Mr. Robot and Bohemian Rhapsody actor Rami Malek turns 39, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier actress Emily Van Camp turns 34, Mighty Ducks and Young Guns actor Emilio Estevez turns 58, Watchmen actress Malin Ackerman turns 42, Star Wars The Force Awakens and Harry Potter actor Donald Gleason turns 37, celebrity chef Carla Hall turns 56, American Pie actor Jason Biggs turns 42, Con Air and Pulp Fiction actor Ving Rhames turns 61, X-Men Origins Wolverine and Ender's Game director Gavin Hood turns 57, and finally rock guitarist who loves the stroke, Billy Squier, turns 70. Get more daily laughs from Fenix Media's independent comedy network at phoenixmedia.us/comedy.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's
let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Welcome back, folks, to the second hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, May 12th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. Still joined by my co-host, the Savage One, Tony Spark. Tony, you ready for the fastest hour of the day?
Mm-hmm. That's what I really wanted to hear.
And I promise I don't have any more hard questions for you.
No, that's good. Yeah, no, I figured that was a hard one. Those were some hard questions. I mean, it's even with the actress that didn't help. So
it's all right. We try. In any case, folks, this is the interactive portion of the show. But before I get into all of the interactive stuff for this segment and next segment, I wanted to let folks know about a small change coming to this show, the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, starting next week. Typically, we are a 2-hour show, obviously a little 7-minute break in between. Well, starting next week, we are going down to a 1-hour show. It affords us a little bit more time to do things behind the scenes, and we're going to take the best segments that we love, sort of ongoing, and kind of distill them down into that one solid hour. So, you'll get the same opening. Instead of the entertainment news, which now appears at the top of the hour, we're going to be doing our daily topics. So Tuesdays are Animal Tales, Wednesdays are Words Are Hard, Thursdays are Florida Man, and Friday is Good News, everyone. The third segment is going to be sort of our rotating, whatever we pull up, like the bad movie plots or, what we've got coming up. Imagine All the Creepy People, or one of the occasional ones that we do, like Phoenix Tank, or a call-in topic or call-in contest. We won't be doing that on a regular basis now. And then we'll be closing out the show each day with This Day in History, which I know people love, I enjoy, Tony enjoys. So, starting next week, you're getting the 1-hour version of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. And, it should be fun. It should go well.
Yeah, they'll definitely be good. And we still, of course, if you still looking for that third co-host, so that way we could be on the air more too. So if you know anybody that wants to be on there, let us know. Reach out to Mr. Fenix himself, and let's get something going. We definitely would prefer a female, but if you're a funny guy and you bring some different dynamics to the team, that'd be great too.
And that's the thing, now it's a little bit lesser time commitment as well. So, all good reasons to reach out to us if you think you might be a good third co-host for the show. All right, with all that being said, as I mentioned, this is the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on our topic of the day, which is why we give it 24 hours in advance to call on the Fenix Line, 855-FENIX-RADIO. Of course, you can always chime in on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Just click into the live video there and comment, or you could join us in the next segment on the Stereo app, where we chat live with random people, or you can join us at stereo.com/Fenix Media. Today's topic is your adult dream job. Obviously, when you were a kid, you were asked, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? And usually it was something like, I want to be a unicorn wrangler, something that was completely ridiculous. We want to find out if, you could drop it all today. Money didn't matter. You would get paid $1 million a year to do your dream job. What would it be? Tony, you've had a little time to think about it. What would your dream job be?
Man, there's a lot of beautiful dream jobs out there, but I think, and it's funny because one person I did reach out to said the same thing, but I got to share it because I thought of it kind of first before I reached out. But mine would be, I would love to get paid to just travel, like do reviews, like try new hotels, try different foods, things like that. Get paid to, hey, come check out our resort, or hey, come visit us out here and let us know what you think. Something like that, where I could do like a legit review and, just go and experience new places, and you get paid to do it. Why the hell not? It'd be a lot of fun. And I think for me right now, since I don't have a family per se, like I don't have kids, I don't have a wife, it would fit my lifestyle really well. And if I was married, it'd be cool if I could bring, my wife with me or my girl, whatever. It would be fun to do those adventures together. Could you imagine, like, you think of people like Tim Tracker or Adam the Woo, they get paid to do, they go review things for Disney or Universal, and they do theme parks and stuff. They have huge YouTube followings. It's awesome. What a hell of a lifestyle, just to do these things. Yeah, they have to edit it and all that stuff, but to me, it'd just be a lot of fun. And
yeah,
I know
that's all part of it. And now, have you ever applied for, occasionally you'll hear these news stories of, some resort is paying somebody $100,000 to live at the resort for 6 months or a year and then write reviews or blog their experiences. Have you ever done anything like that?
No, I've never done that. I've always been leery of doing those things because it turns into a timeshare and some bullshit commitment thing that you have to do. And I've just never done that.
Well, if one pops up that doesn't seem like it's quite as BS as a timeshare, I'll send it over your way.
Yeah, it'd be fun if I have other things too, but I know this is about everybody else. But there's other stuff as well. I think would be cool, but that would be probably one of my big ones because I love to travel and I love going new places. So I'd have to go with that.
Very cool. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So we are going to head into our break, but when we come back, we want to hear about what your adult dream job would be if money didn't matter. So don't go anywhere. Join us when we come back, and feel free to chime in on our Facebook page or join us on the Stereo app. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes.
Behold, my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude! Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo! Wowzers! With kits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors. To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, baby!
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky. Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show, and we are smack dab in the middle of the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on our topic of the day. We made it a little bit easier today than it was yesterday. We are talking your adult dream job. If money was no object, what would you enjoy doing? And it wouldn't be being unemployed, sitting around watching TV. There's got to be a purpose to it. There's got to be an actual job to it as well. If you do want to chime in, head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Click into the live video there and comment, or you can join us in just a few minutes on the Stereo app at stereo.com/Fenix Media and chat live with us. Tell us what your adult dream job is. Before the break, Tony mentioned what his would be, which makes a lot of sense knowing Tony, and I think you'd really enjoy it. Traveling for a living, doing reviews, seeing new places, experiencing new things, and relating that back to folks through either a YouTube channel or a written blog. I think that sounds like a fun thing. For me, to some degree, I'm already living my adult dream job. I love broadcasting. I run a digital broadcast network that includes radio, podcast, television streaming, and, doing things that, really sort of push the medium forward and really build a audience. I love storytelling. I love entertainment in general. But if I really had to give it a thought, if I had to sort of give this up, money was no object, my dream job would be sort of adjacent to what I'm doing right now, would be working in animation. I'd love to do voices for cartoons, whether it was TV shows or movies. You see these folks that, they're in just about every animated project ever. They get up, they go into either their home studio or go to a studio locally, work with the other cast, belt out their lines and their roles, and then, they call it a day and, get some recognition for it and can see their hard work in, animated features and TV shows that exist on TV and the big screen. So that would be my dream job.
That's a great one. I forgot. I didn't even think about all that. That'd be a really fun gig too.
It would be. It'd be a lot of fun. So similar to what we do here, slightly adjacent. In any case, Tony, I figure you reached out to our usual Phoenix fans, asked them this one, which I assume you got more responses than yesterday, considering it's a little more.
Oh yeah, I definitely got a lot more than that. We've got, of course, Stacy. I should have thought of the voice one too. I just didn't think of that, which is weird because I do like the voice, being goofball-y, making people laugh. It's fun. Let's see. Jamie Anna said, travel all over the world, famous spots, remote spots, but stay for months at a time. No time limit. I know you can travel and blog, but just without all the internet issues, having to do advertising and get paid promotions, selling yourself headaches. If you wanted to blog, great, but I'd like to be off the radar for 6 months and get paid either way. So,
all right, similar to yours, but slightly
very similar. And Stacy's is the same thing. It's I like to get paid to travel places all over the world and report on what's the best hotels and restaurants, resorts, etc. So, a couple of similar dream jobs there. And my Uncle Steve, who doesn't ever chime into the show, I'm just going to throw his out there. But he is a auto mechanic, and he loves working on cars, but he hates the monotonous, day in, day out working on this car, that car. What he really would like to be is an NHRA drag racing, like work for a team and work on drag racing cars all the time. He talks about it all the time, and he'd be a real good fit with it. He's a diehard junkie for NHRA. He knows all the ins and outs. He loves wrenching away on vehicles. That would be a really, really cool dream gig for him. I know we've talked about it all the time. He always says, man, if I could get paid to do that, I would do it in a heartbeat.
That would be a cool one. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Formula One racing, which, they've got Grand Prix all across the world, pretty much 7-8 months out of the year. Always thought it would be fun to be on the pit crew. You're the guy who's just sticking the tire on the car when it comes in. You get to see the world. And, it's just, you essentially work for seconds at a time.
Yeah. So that would be awesome. Lacey would like to be a person that walks around at Walt Disney World and do nice things for people, like take little kids to the front of the line to see Mickey and stuff like that. I could see that. I could see Lacey being really good at that. So
that's cool. Now, does anything like that currently exist at Disneyland of, sort of a guest ambassador, somebody who just kind of makes the experience that much better?
I'm sure they'll let me know, but I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah. I know Denny, when he retires, he wants to be a boat captain. He wants to drive just one of those boats at Walt Disney World that just transfers you, from the Polynesian to the Magic Kingdom or from Wilderness Lodge, that stuff. He just wants to drive the boats. That's all he wants to do. That's his retired thing. There is no person like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. They had, during the Year of a Million Dreams, they had a dream squad that did stuff like that, but that was over 10 years ago. So,
Lacey, I think you need to write them and bring the dream squad back.
Yeah. And Michael also wants to do the Denny job. They just want to drive the boats back and forth. It's a pretty easy gig. I mean, you sit there all day, you load people, you tell them all day, wear your mask. You got to fold up your stroller. And then you just drive across Bay Lake, just back and forth. So
as relaxing as that would be, personally, I'd find that kind of boring after, a couple months, just doing the same route forward and back. If I was going to be a boat captain, I'd want to be someone who goes to see different bodies of water. So, maybe oceans or, the Mediterranean or things along those lines.
Yeah. But what if you get like unlimited Walt Disney World access though?
That's true.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Dole Whips on the daily. Mickey waffles for breakfast. Get some, sir.
Oh, I'm craving a Dole Whip now.
Yeah, dude. I had them every day on vacation. It was awesome.
And Tony, before we go over to the Stereo app, you mentioned that there were a couple other that came to mind for you. If you wouldn't mind sharing those real quick.
Yeah, another thing I would love to do is if I could just be a part of the Broncos or the Giants, just to be around a sports team all the time, covering
the water boy.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what role, just to be a part of the team, obviously I'm too old to play the sport, for baseball or football. But it'd be cool to be a part of the organization, somehow, could you imagine just being like an executive or, like John Elway's got a cush job. Like the dude doesn't have to do much. He just gets paid. He gets to show up at Broncos things, kind of oversees things and draft that guy. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, if he's available, we'll trade for him. He's cool.
I just figured out the perfect dream job for you, Tony, that combines what you said before in this one, a sideline reporter.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you get to travel to different stadiums, get to see different things, get to be involved with the teams, and there's no fear of a new general manager coming in or a new coach coming in, and all of a sudden you're out on your ass.
Yeah, because I see some of these guys like like the Mahai podcast, and they get some Bronco fans on or people on there, things like that. It's just a lot. It's really cool. But the traveling, everything all ties to traveling. Whether you're with sports or if I would say I would like to do music, but I mean, there's no money in that. That's just grunt work. You get to travel and you get to see a lot of bands, but man, even if you were the roadie, that's a lot of hard ass work, and you don't even get to stay and enjoy the shows. It's a lot of pack that stuff down, load it up in the truck, and get your ass to the next town. So that one doesn't sound appealing to me.
Yeah. A lot of times you don't know which town you're in. It's basically just Groundhog Day, load, unload, and go from there. Yeah, the music aspect would be cool, but again, kind of boring if it's just the same thing day in, day out.
Day in, day out. Like if you could just do entertaining or traveling, that'd be where it's at.
I like it. Well, we're under 2 minutes, and instead of firing up the stereo app, I think we're going to go to commercial just a little bit early, because by the time we fire it up, get somebody on the line, try and find somebody.
You're going to be like, I like to be an astronaut. One time I set up a Dorito box in my driveway, and I was in a rocket ship, and it was great. It's a good time. That's what I want to do. I want to time travel for a living.
Sounds like a commercial I once saw.
Yeah.
In any case, folks, we're going to go ahead and head into commercial, but when we come back, we've got a segment called Imagine All the Creepy People. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We've got a little thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour a day, 7-day a week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever, including our call-in topic of the day. Tomorrow's call-in topic is HOA horror stories. When has the HOA just been a thorn in your side? I've got a couple. I know Tony's got a couple, and I'm sure other homeowners, or even if you rent or lease a place, I'm sure property management would fall into that same realm. If you want to leave us a message, give us a call at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973 for the alphanumerically impaired. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, in this segment that I've titled Imagine All the Creepy People, we are talking imaginary friends. Tony, when you were a kid growing up, did you have an imaginary friend?
I did not.
You didn't? Okay.
Nope.
I
knew some friends. I had friends that did. I
had
my own imagination, but I didn't have any friends.
Did any of your friends blame stuff they did on their imaginary friend that come to mind?
Not anyone I personally knew. No. I know of people that have done it, I guess, but not like I've heard stories, but never when I was growing up. It wasn't like, Johnny made me do that. He made me light that on fire,
It's not like Drop Dead Fred, right?
No.
Yeah.
Didn't have none of that growing up.
What got me thinking about this was a story I didn't know about my older brother that when he was younger, he had an imaginary friend that I forget his name, but apparently his imaginary friend drove a Porsche. And one day when they were all, my dad, my mom, and my brother were in the car backing out, my dad starts backing out and my brother screams, "Stop!" And freaked out. My dad goes, What? Apparently his imaginary friend's Porsche was parked behind him and he didn't want him ramming into the imaginary car. So that's what we're talking about. Maybe not on the lighter side, but more the creepy side of imaginary friends. Again, this is Imagine All the Creepy People. This first one comes from user Brutality. Says, his name was Mr. Nobody. He started as the person the kids would blame if one of them forgot to flush the toilet. And then his mythology evolved. For the record, all of this was conceived by my 3 kids, who at the time were 6, 5, and 3 years old. Mr. Nobody has no eyes, no teeth, no tongue, and no nose. He doesn't wear pants and leaves the used toilet paper between his butt cheeks so you can tell where he is by the smell. He doesn't wear a shirt, but has a pocket cut into his skin where he keeps the key to our house. He can be invisible. He's had a beard since he was a baby. He bites off his fingernails and then drips blood wherever he walks. Thankfully, been a few years since Mr. Nobody has been in our house. I thought you had a wild imagination, Tone.
Yeah, geez Louise. Yeah, definitely creative.
Yep.
It's funny with the smell. Like when you said that, it just took me back to yesterday. There was this dog that had a big accident at work. It was a fake service dog, dude. And it was like the Nile River of diarrhea down the freezer aisle. Dude, it smelled so bad. So that's the smell that just came wafting back to me as you told that story. And I'm now sharing with the audience. It's nasty.
That is quite the horror story in its own right. Ugh.
Yeah, and that really happened. That was my first day back yesterday.
Well, let's keep moving on.
Drama and the drizzling shits.
Ugh. Let's move on with Imagine All the Creepy People. This one from The Hamburglar says, during childbirth, I had complications. I almost died, and my daughter actually did. They revived her, and we have been happy and healthy since. But since she was an infant toddler, she's always looked around like she's watching something and just giggling at it.
Fast forward to the age of 4, and she told me about her first imaginary friend, Ghosty. All of her imaginary friends are ghosts. To this day, she still talks to them at the age of 7. Unsure if they are real or not, but I'm always sure to be kind to my daughter's ghost friends and invite them along with us.
Okay.
As long as Ghosty's not a creepy old man, sure, why not?
Yeah, come on over. You're good. Ghosty lives down the street. He's a little friend.
Let's keep moving on. Imagine all the creepy people. This one actually has no username, so we'll go ahead and just read it. My eldest son, now 20 years old, had an imaginary friend named Barcy. It was a giant wolf, but could transform into a boy. My wife and I didn't think much about it until we noticed that my son had broken a plastic butter knife and stabbed quite a few of his stuffed animals. He told us that Barcy had told him to do it and had even helped. That was when we got really concerned. We took him to get some counseling after an incident involving a lighter that he found on the ground outside of our apartment. He had tried to burn his baby brother's favorite toy. While in counseling, it came to light that Barcy was planning to eat our family and to pee our blood all over the apartment. This was the beginning of my son's counseling and mild medications. Barcy disappeared over a few months, and we were able to take my son off his medications the following year. He remained in counseling for quite a few years, but Barcy was never mentioned again. What they didn't mention was that this kid's name was Michael Myers.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that kid's got some.
You ever wonder if like kids really see these things? Like it's one thing to have a really cool imagination, but like to really think it's there.
Oh, it's tough to say. When you talk about ghosts and the paranormal, kids and animals tend to be a little more attuned to it, and maybe their imaginary friend is actually a ghost. Who knows? They grow out of it. I don't know, but some creepy, creepy stories.
Definitely.
Speaking of which, let's move on with Imagine All the Creepy People. This from Alex Geekspeak says, my daughter started saying Bob before she learned how to say mama or dada. She would say it all the time at random times. One time, I in the nursery rocking her to sleep when she said it, so I asked, who's Bob? She pointed up at the corner of the ceiling behind me.
Bob.
That makes me think of like The Conjuring and, just some creepy thing, in the dark corner. Ugh.
Yeah. By the way, the new Conjuring looks pretty creepy too.
It does.
Kind of throwing that out there. Looks a little.
I'm excited for it.
Little heebie-jeebie-ish.
Let's move on. Imagine all the creepy people talking imaginary friends. This from Open Currency 1947. Says our youngest daughter asked us to keep our bedroom door open because her imaginary friend couldn't open doors. We laughed it off and figured she was just afraid and wanted to be able to see us or know we were home if she woke up in the middle of the night. The next day, I casually asked what her friend did at night, and she said she liked to stand at the end of our bed and watch us sleep.
Creepy.
We asked how often she speaks with her, and she said she really only likes to talk and come out at night. We asked her to draw a picture of her friend, and the drawing showed really sharp teeth and a lump on her head. We eventually moved, and her friend didn't come with us, but our daughter said she'd probably find us. That was 8 years ago, and we haven't heard about her since we moved. I'm hoping she's lost.
Ugh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, no thank
you. You don't want to wake up with anything standing at the foot of your bed watching you.
Yeah, it's no thank you.
Yeah, little creepy. Speaking of which, moving on, imagine all the creepy people talking about creepy imaginary friends. This one says, my stepbrother had an imaginary friend named Willa Rose. One night, my mom found the dog dead outside. My stepbrother admitted to killing the dog because Willa Rose told him to do it. The next day, he disappeared. My mom told me he went to go live with grandma for a while. I'm 21 years old now, and I haven't seen him since. My stepbrother once told me what Willa Rose looked like before she got sent away. Apparently, she was a 14-year-old girl who died in 1904. She had no eyes but wore glasses, had paper white skin, and wore a ruffled pink dress with olive green stockings.
So now they're just seeing creepy stuff. That's, right. Yeah.
And it's no wonder that kid disappeared to go live with grandma for a while. Yeah. Probably in a rubber room somewhere.
Time to go see Grandma, buddy. We'll see you later.
Let's keep moving on. Imagine all the creepy people. This next one from N155E says, we were walking home from a neighbor's house when we walked past a drain hole cover. My son stopped and looked down at the rainwater and said, there's a little boy drowning down there. His name is Karakari. The name was a combination between two Norwegian names, Kari, female name, and Kari, male name. My son is only 3 years old, and we don't know anyone by these names, and I certainly didn't think he knew what drowning meant. He usually doesn't speak about it anymore, but sometimes he wakes up at night and just points to his baby Bjorn and says, Karakari, don't want to sleep. Sounds like Pennywise was down there.
Yeah. Hiya, Georgie.
Oh, creepy. All right. I think we got time for one, maybe two more. Two more. All the creepy people. All right. This one from Parking Lot Guy says, when my daughter was 4 years old, she had two friends when we lived in a rental house. One was named Samantha. Samantha would insist on staying in my daughter's room most of the time. Then my daughter would say that Samantha had to go to bed, and we asked her where bed was. She very nonchalantly told us she leaves the house when it gets dark and goes out to the back door to sleep under the grass. We opted not to investigate further. The other was a man she called Monstressed, or something close to that. He was very nice, according to her, and had long black hair and wore tan pants and funny shoes with no shirt. She said he was usually covered in blue and white and would come walk around the house and the yard, hang around and listen to music if we had some on, and would stand in front of the yard until morning. We've since moved out of the house, and she has not uttered one thing about either friend visiting. Yeah, not as creepy, if they're both nice.
That one was not as creepy.
Yep. And then finally here, and imagine all the creepy people talking, creepy imaginary friends. This from Mother of Gigi says, I heard my 3-year-old son talking up a storm in his room, pausing as if he was listening to another person answer him. No one was with him, so I asked who he was talking to, and he said, Grammy, she came for a visit. Grammy was my husband's grandmother who had died in our house 3 years before our son was born. We figured she just wanted to spend some time with him. She stayed around for a couple months, then we never saw her again. Hey, if you've got a sweet relative that wants to come visit for a little while and, Grammy's not too scary, why not?
Yeah. Grammy Grams.
Well,
she's
folks,
a little graham cracker.
That does it for this segment. When we come back, we're headed into the final segment of the show. It is time for This Day in History. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. We made it to the final segment of this Wednesday edition of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. But if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
First time I heard that, I didn't hear the no underlying the chomp, 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 chomp.
No. I could have just went with a really weird, just no. I think there's some weird ones on here. So that one just made me laugh because then you get something stupid like
No.
Okay. Either way, we're doomed.
Yeah, you're doomed.
But
at least you can picture a crunchy metal Stay Puft coming at you. Gung, 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 gung.
Folks, while you are there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think. And tell your friends, because why, Tony?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, which is why we do this segment each and every day. We like to drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Traversing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, kicking off This Day in History, this day in 1215, English barons serve an ultimatum on King John, which eventually leads to the creation and signing of the Magna Carta, which was the foundation for our Constitution here in the U.S. So a very important day back in 1215 for the freedoms that we get to enjoy here in America.
Yes.
And if you don't live in America, I'm very sorry.
Yes. I don't know. Some of your freedoms you don't get, but that's not for this show. Yeah.
Moving on, this day in 1797, the very first coalition where Napoleon I of France conquers Venice. And of course, we all know how he celebrated. He got the Piggly Wiggly trough down at Farrell's.
Excellent!
Moving on, 1835 on this day, Charles Darwin visits the Panuncillo copper mine in North Chile. Of course, we know he was riding the HMS Beagle, also known as Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Hey, you little legal beagle. That's indubitably good. Indubitably.
Moving on, this day in 1885, the Battle of Batoche, Louis Riel and the Metis defeated by Frederick Middleton leads to the collapse of provincial government of Saskatchewan and surrender of Riel. Boy, I think that was the last time that Canada ever surrendered, right?
Yeah. That whole day, I just got to say,
I like turtles.
That's all I have for that one.
All right. Fair enough. Let's move on. This day, 1926, the Airship Norge is the first vessel to fly over the North Pole, led by Roald Amundsen and piloted by Umberto Nobile. And when it says airship, I assume it's a Zeppelin. There's no picture here, but I would assume that's what it is.
Yes, that's
Good news, everyone.
we flew over the North Pole. We are the first Santa Claus. It's in the Zeppelin.
And I still think that if it wasn't for the Hindenburg and the huge disaster that Zeppelin, went up,
You still probably see them today.
we would still probably see them, and not
They're
just
kinda-
like the Goodyear blimp.
creepy.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Quick side tangent is Jesse and I started rewatching Fringe, and if you remember,
Great show. Yeah,
later
the
on in
alternate
that
universe. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I always think of that. And then, of course, Walter's in the new Conjuring.
he is.
Go back to that. Yeah, he's in the new Conjuring. He still looks the same as he did in Fringe.
Yeah, old and wrinkled and. All right. Moving on, this day in 1932, the body of kidnapped son of Charles Lindbergh is found in Hopewell, New Jersey. As we know, that was a failed kidnapping money exchange attempt. They got the money. The child wasn't supposed to die, but unfortunately, a little miscommunication led to that poor child's demise.
Ugh, sad.
Uh,
The
let's see.
Lindenberg baby.
Yeah. Just 2 years later, this day in 1934, Cocktails for Two by Duke Ellington hits number one. He was the rock star of his time.
Yeah, it was.
Before we had rock and roll, he was about as big as it gets.
Cocktails for Two, starring Elizabeth Shue and Tom Cruise. Cocktails for Two.
All right,
Kokomo, baby.
Moving on, Tony, get that impression ready. I was going to say accent.
Oh,
This
I thought get the sound button ready.
I like turtle.
I like that you enjoy that so much.
I love it.
This day in 1960, Elvis Presley appears on a Frank Sinatra television special. Elvis sings Sinatra's 1957 Cy Coleman hit Witchcraft, and Frank performs Presley's 1956 classic Love Me Tender.
Hey Frank, I got a real good idea. I'm gonna come on your show and I'm gonna go ahead and sing. I'm gonna sing your song. I'm gonna sing it like me, and then I'm gonna need you to cover me "Love Me Tender," but you sing it like you. I think it's gonna be a real hit. What do you think? Shake it up, Mama. You want to do it? I'm good. Now, Frank, make sure you get that lip though. You gotta get that lip up. You gotta do your hair right, buddy. Gotta do your hair right. All right.
Given that it's 1960 and that they were two of the biggest names at the time, that would have been something to see. Kind of see different styles of. Rock.
Kind of the most recent one I could think that did something like that with like, hey, I'm going to do your song, you do our song, was when 311 and Offspring in 2019, they did a joint tour together. Offspring covered Down, and then 311 covered
Pretty Fly for a White Guy?
Self-Esteem, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think. I could be wrong. Michael, chime in and tell me. I might have done that, but they flipped their songs. And I thought 311 did Offspring song pretty good, and Offspring did 311 song. And I love the Offspring. And I like 311 too. But
still would have been something to see. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on. This day in 1963, my favorite musician of all time, Bob Dylan, walks out of the Ed Sullivan Show over a dispute about his song choice.
What do you mean I can't play this? You know what? If I can't play the song, Ed Sullivan, you weird-faced bastard, I'm out of here.
It would have sounded more like, I'm out of here.
I have to go. I've got one headlight. I better save that song for my son, Jacob. That
Better
little
songwriter
wallflower
than
of
he was
mine.
Yeah. Moving on, this day in 1967, still in music history, the first quadraphonic concert by Pink Floyd at the Games for May concert in London. And Pink Floyd would have been so fun to see. It's crazy to think that their biggest hits weren't until right around 1980, 1981. So almost 13, 14 years later.
Of that, I would have thought, like, if I didn't know, you would kind of place that in the 70s era, even though it came out in the 80s, the early 80s.
Yep. Also, music history, this day in 1967, Are You Experience? The album by Jimi Hendrix Experience, first released, one of the most influential debut albums ever, one of my favorites of all time. I'll still give it a listen every once in a while.
Yeah, Jimmy, talented as all hell, man. Very talented. Very talented.
Moving on, this day in 1984, South African prisoner Nelson Mandela sees his wife Winnie Mandela for the first time in 22 years. Or at least that's the way he remembered it.
Yeah, the whole Mandela effect. We used to cover that in the. If you've been a follower from the beginning, we used to cover the Mandela effect in some segments.
Exactly. All right, this day in 1990, Nora Dunn and Sinead O'Connor boycott Saturday Night Live to protest Andrew Dice Clay's hosting, which was perceived as sexist. The show uses a time delay for the third time in its history.
Is that the one where she ripped up the picture? Like,
I don't know if it was the same one. I know that she did that on SNL, but I don't know.
Sinead O'Connor, but I can see Andrew Dice Clay he was a pretty raunchy comic for his time. Yeah. What's with all the kids today? Hey! And it was all dirty. I'm not going to do any of his jokes.
This day in 1994, Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino and starring John Travolta, Uma Thurman, and Samuel L. Jackson, premieres at the Cannes Film Festival. Of course, that's what really launched Quentin Tarantino's career. Still a great movie to watch today.
Yeah, holds up quite well. So yeah, when I was younger, I didn't really get it. I was like, what the hell's going on? But as you get older, then you start to understand. You're like, oh, definitely a classic movie.
Yeah. And Tarantino is a kind of a known foot fetishist. And going back and hearing that whole conversation that they have in the movie about the foot fetish is kind of creepy to me.
Yeah.
That's just me. Well, folks, before we head out for the day, let's run down some of today's holidays, where we talk about the things that we like all to celebrate. For instance, today is Donate a Day's Wages to Charity Day.
How about no?
I didn't think you were going to be doing that.
Nope, I'm kind of a savage bastard that way.
It is International Awareness Day. Just Awareness Day.
Just be aware. Just be aware of the fart with reverb. Just be aware of it.
International Chronic Fatigue Syndrome Awareness Day. That makes a little more sense.
I'm a little tired.
Drop! It is International Nurses Day. It is International Receptionists Day.
Hello, receptionists.
It is Limerick Day. There once was a boy from Nantucket.
I like turtles.
It is National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. Ooh, I got to get behind that.
Yes, you do.
Here you go, Tony. It is National Nutty Fudge Day.
No, Nutty Fudge.
It's a crap. It is also National Third Shift Workers Day, National Root Canal Appreciation Day.
Well, who the hell would appreciate that?
It is National Odometer Day and World FM Day. So tune in on your FM dials, which we're not on, but join us back tomorrow on a Thursday. That does it for today's Wednesday show. Folks, enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you all then.
Peace.